Hey all, this is Adam with the Inkstand channel. It was recommended to me recently that I relay a story to you which might sort of, kind of, I don't know, maybe in some small way, help you understand my view on interpretation. As a professional, our views on interpretation may be somewhat different than a person who has experienced art and literature and poetry and music only as a consumer. And there's nothing wrong with that. We love consumers. I love consumers. And nothing beats experiencing a piece of music or a piece of art as a person who is a fan. I mean, that's why I do Nightwish videos. That's why I love the music and experience these things so deeply, is because at all of our cores, those of us who create, we have been at some point fans. Now, this is the Kiwi story. I was really excited. I had just had a play commissioned for the first time to be performed over a long run. And one of the, I don't want to call it a stipulation, but one of the asks for this play that was going to be performed several times a week is that I attend once a week to do Q&A or mingle with the audience or just be available for questions, because my plays have had a tendency to be kind of out there. So I'm on a double bill with a play called The Beard by a man named Michael McClure. And I was really excited because The Beard was first performed with having Jim Morrison as one of the two actors in the play. And both The Beard and my play had one male, one female actor. So during the course of this play, there was a time when the female character initially was consistently offering the male character in the play an apple, and it was an apple, but she would refer to it as an orange. So she hands him this piece of fruit and says, "Would you like an orange?" And she's handing him an apple. And part of the thing there was, how we misinterpret each other and how the world is the way you perceive the world to be. If you perceive that thing which we know as an apple to be an orange, then for you, it's an orange. Anyway, about halfway through the play, it sort of swaps, and he starts offering her an apple and calling it an orange. And she's sort of taken aback by the fact that he's adopted her worldview of things, and, some crazy ensues. Now, that's fine in and of itself. But at one point, I thought it would be funny as the writer to simply have him offer her a kiwi instead of offering her the apple and say, "Would you like an orange?" He offers her the apple and says, "Kiwi." And to me, that was just funny because for some reason I thought that the sound was funny. Linguistically, I thought it matched well. So that's the only reason why I inserted kiwi in the dialogue instead of orange, because I just wanted to change it up, and I wanted to reinforce the idea that no matter what you call it, is the thing what it is, or is it what you are offering it to be? Nonetheless, crazy, wacky. I know. I'm like, what, this would be 1997, so I'm 24 years old, or sorry, 1995, so I'm 22 years old, and hey, great, whatever. So I'm there at a Q&A one night, and this woman comes up to me, who I swear I think she must have been a professional bodybuilder of some kind, and really strong presence. And she walked up to me and she said, you get it. And I'm like, I okay. And she went on for about 20 minutes on how insightful she thought the allegory was of the kiwi, and seeing the kiwi as an allegory for the female reproductive form. And initially, I wasn't sure what to do about it, but I listened back to a professor of mine, and he had said, whatever you hear during the Q&A, just go with it. So instead of arguing and saying, no, I just thought it was funny, what I said instead was, oh, I wasn't sure anyone was going to read that into the material. I wasn't sure that was going to come across. Totally fudged the answer, I know. But the fact is, it taught me a very valuable lesson, and a lesson that I had been told but hadn't embraced until that moment. And the lesson was, when you are a writer or a poet or a composer or a lyricist, and you put your stuff out there into the world, it no longer wholly belongs to you. It now belongs to your audience and or your community of fans. And very often your audience or your community of fans will find something in your creation, in your work, that's meaningful to them that never occurred to you. No matter how intentionally you wrote it, or with how much intention you invested in the creation that you're putting out there for the world may read something into it that you didn't intend. They may read something into it that is so far away from what you intended as to be shocking to you, but it doesn't matter anymore because it's out there. And as an artist, once you put it out there, you have to recognize and accept the fact that people are going to bring to it what they bring with them, and that's just how it is. And often that will give you insight into yourself and your own work, and often that will give you insight into your fan base. But first and foremost, it's something that most working professionals in the creative arts and humanities understand and just accept. So, I had a protective friend who was going over comments and the whole, is it about Tarja? Is it not about Tarja? And honestly, folks, I don't know. I don't know if it is. And I think that particularly with Dead Boy's poem, I appreciate the way that my analysis has been embraced. But my analysis is just that, and always will be. The analysis is taking the work at face value and what I bring to the work, and what you, because this is a conversation as we explore YouTube, what you bring to it also. And at the end of the day, it's what is the core meaning, instead of any specifics about a specific person who the work might have been directed toward or not directed toward. I will always strive to give you the best of what that core meaning is, as I perceive it, coming from what I bring to it. And I wanted to relay the Kiwi story, recognizing that on the flip side of that, as an artist, I recognize that sometimes people come up with truly unique ways of perceiving your work that was never what you intended. But it doesn't really matter if it's what you intended. It's how it is meaningful to your audience and to the people who are moved by your work. So as always, take care of your mind, body, and spirit. It's so important right now. And of course, always remember, your words have power, so choose them wisely. Thanks for taking a couple minutes and listening to my mad ramblings. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.